Hey, what's up, guys? Tuki here, back again with another episode of A Nation United, and the people have spoken. It is time to make some moves here. Our hand has been forced because of that just still absolutely ridiculous, unforeseen progression from one Torsten Magnuson. 87 overall, out of nowhere. Like a goddamn RKO. But that led to the question of what do we do with our defense? What do we do with Ekman Larsson, Klingberg, and Lindholm? And you guys voted on the polls in the last episode. And the answer as to what we do with all three of these players? We're trading all three of these players. Which I have to admit, it is a risky move, right? I mean, obviously, it is a risky move. Ekman Larsson's not too bad. I mean, he wouldn't be too, like, he and Klingberg as a top pairing wouldn't be too bad. Hampus Lindholm has been disappointing, especially considering the overall. So, in a way, I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe we don't have to trade Ekman Larsson. Maybe we don't have to trade Klingberg for Erik Karlsson. And, you know, I'd say that's definitely the case. But let's go out on a limb. Let's take a damn risk to see if it pays off and to see if we can find some success in this series. It all comes down to desperation and wanting to find that success. We have never won a cup. Again, this is the second series, or the basically the second series of Nation United. Of course, last time out, and as I've mentioned, it was Belarus and Austria and Denmark. This time out, we actually have a pretty dominant hockey nation at our disposal, and not winning a single cup would be a disaster. So let's go ahead and take the risk. And first up, Klingberg for Karlsson. It is such a risk because of the cap hits, the fact that Klingberg is 2 years younger, and not having that bad of a season. But then you look at Erik Karlsson, and the fact is he's still Erik Karlsson at 32 years old, and thankfully it will allow me to look at his stats from here. I mean, you see the attributes, but 11 goals, 35 assists. You have to hope that he'll be able to at least match that, and you would think he'd be able to match that. He's going to be on the top pairing with Victor Hedman. I'd like to think that we're still going to be okay. Now, I was able to scout out this deal ahead of time. This should go through, and it actually didn't. Oh, it was a 5th round pick, not a 4th round pick. My bad. It was a 5th round pick. No, wow, the 5th round pick didn't go through either. Shit. What was it? Am I thinking of the Hedman trade? I didn't have that planned out. Will the 6th go through? Still no. Really, do I want to try and swap a 6th for a 7th just to say, hey, it went kind of well? You know, just to be like, hey, we won the deal. That still didn't go through. Straight up? Wow, straight up it wouldn't go through. Even though they want John Klingberg, it won't go through. I mean, we're not going to have to give up much to do this, but it does kind of suck to just have to give up that extra asset. And the 7th round pick was apparently not enough. Carolina, you're making an enemy out of me. Come on, you don't have to do this. Carolina, you don't have to do this. Wow, so I go from thinking I'm getting a pick back to having to give up at least a 5th round pick. More than a 5th round pick. Never mind. All right, 4th round. Will that go through? Mercifully, it has. John Klingberg, thank you so much. But you are off to Carolina. As you see, we are already facing the backlash of trading away Klingberg, which is another aspect, you know, we had to consider. Trading away Klingberg, knowing that that could have some effects on the morale. It's a shame that we didn't get a boost for getting the best defenseman in the game in Erik Karlsson, but, you know, that's how the game works. Anyway, and it's funny, it handed him the alternate immediately, but I would have liked the boost from, you know, actually acquiring him. Anyway, Victor Hedman, who we traded before, he's won in Norris since we've traded him away. We will look to reacquire him in exchange for Lindholm. And then OEL, there really isn't anybody we can get. That's just the fact. So I'm going to trade for the number 1 overall pick, or the team I think will end up getting the number 1 overall pick. And then from there, I will, actually, yeah, see, there you go. You can tell I tested it out. And from there, like, if we don't have anybody that's worth picking with the number 1 overall pick, then we can just trade down, basically. Can we get this to go through? Wow, I tried all these. Will it go through straight up? No, it won't. We actually, again, have to give up a little bit to make this go through, but that's fine. Will a 5th round pick from Calgary do it? No, it won't. Man, we are getting shafted on this. We are getting shafted because you can argue that Lindholm and Klingberg are the better pairing. At least for the future, especially too with the contracts they are signed to. Wow, Detroit. Come on, this is ridiculous. My draft luck in this series, I feel like, has declined heavily. I feel like my draft luck in general has declined heavily, even streaming on Twitch lately. I've had a lot of trouble getting trades to go through. That works, though. Lindholm and 2 fourth-round picks to Detroit in exchange for Victor Hedman. We brought him back. Again, how big of a hit, morale-wise, are we going to take for trading away these 3 solid players? I'm scared to death of it because the morale system at least appears that it can do quite a bit of damage. I think we only dropped down to an 84, so that's not bad. But let's take a look at who is at the bottom of the standings, and we'll have to just kind of make an estimated guess as to who will finish dead last, unless there is, or at least with the the best lottery odds, I should say. Unless there's an obvious choice, and it's not really Boston or Toronto. The Bruins right now have the worst point percentage. So Boston or Toronto will be picking up Oliver Ekman-Larsson. So I think what I'm going to do, to kind of take a guess at who's going to, because we're going to be adding a good player to their team. But the hope has to be, like maybe with their goaltending. Maybe they have a really, terrible goaltender and they still won't be able to overcome it. The Bruins have Gillies, Marc-Andre Fleury, and Aiden Hughes, I believe that is. I think that's Aiden Hughes. And then Toronto, both teams struggling with cap space too, so I could struggle. Toronto already has Matt Murray, but he's currently hurt. Right. Okay. Chicago was the other one. Let me look at the Blackhawks. They don't have any cap space. Oh my god, and they have John Gibson. Right. Oh, well, I guess I'm going to help out the Bruins then. Let's see if I can actually get this to work. Of course, with the cap hits, that could be problematic, to say the least. But let's see what happens here. If they have anybody that's kind of cheap on a one-year deal that we can pick up to make this work. Let's find out. You need a little bit of a cap hit. Jake McCabe, no thank you. TJ Oshie, no thank you. Alex Killorn, Xavier Ouellet, Laterra, Ben Harper. And they got quite a few guys that are actually signed to interesting deals. Mark Friedman, signed by the Philadelphia Flyers, I do believe, out of the NCAA. He has a bit more value than Ben Harper. I'll take Ben Harper. Will that work? I don't think it will. Look at how fucking lopsided that is. But there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. So I'll tack on the picks here. And we shall see if they're willing to accept it. The Bruins don't have their first overall pick. All right. Toronto, do you have your pick at least? Yes, you do. And you don't want to trade it, but damn it, you're going to. You are going to. So can they take the contract? Yes, they can. Now, as far as Swedes go, they don't have anybody that we want. They have Shillington, but it's not like we need him. They have Ludwig Bystrom, but it's not like we need him. I went through and picked up every single prospect. Lagesson we had before. Every single prospect that I wanted, I've already picked up. So again, we are stuck in just needing to take picks. Now, we are going to have to take one player back, which is fine. I mean, technically, if I, keep the series, to the extreme, it would have to be a Swede, and it would be Mattias Berglund. He is not signed, though. Do they have another Swede? This could really complicate things. The good thing is we only had, 30 games left this season? So, Linus Nassen, we just traded to them, I believe, not too long ago. We'll look to get him in return. I legitimately think this isn't going to work. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't think the game will let me get that pick. I would love to be proven wrong, but and the fact that I'm tacking on extra firsts is ridiculous because there's no way. Yeah, how about 2 first-round picks? Nope, not a chance. Not a chance. I could probably just have the offer, sent as is, and it won't go through. There's no way. Without the second and thirds. There's no way they give me fair value here. There isn't a hope in hell. But let's see if by some miracle it works out. Now, see, if I offered them the return, if the roles were reversed, they'd be laughing at me, basically. All right, I will try the 3rd round picks, but that's not going to work. So basically, I'm kind of screwed, is what I'm telling you. Let's see, can I at least get 1 third-rounder? Nope. All right, how about just straight up? Case in point. Oh, my God. All right, so it's not going to work with Toronto either. Chicago, maybe? If we can find the right player. No, they don't want to trade their pick either. But at this point, I don't have many options, as you can clearly see, and this pick is turning out to be a lot more difficult to get rid of, or, this player, OEL, is turning out to be a lot more difficult to get rid of than I initially expected. Do they have a Swede? It's not like a guarantee where it has to be like, oh, you have to take a Swede back, but it would kind of be ideal. Damn, I didn't even apply the draft pick. Well, this is taking longer than expected, but hopefully it won't take too long to go through the rest of this. Oh my God. All right, so Boston's not a fit, Toronto's not a fit, Chicago's not a fit. I should have just remembered the top 5. Damn it. We have 32 games to go. This is turning out to be a pain in the ass, but it's never easy, is it? Something always has to come up. So let's see. Who is near the bottom here? St. Louis. We'll try St. Louis first. The point percentage is what I'm looking at. They played 4 more games than Washington. So let's go talk to our friends, the St. Louis Blues. Am I excited? Am I excited about the possibility of trading OEL within the conference? Not quite. But very, very few options, clearly. I have very few options. Let's see. I mean, I guess you could argue, but then again, no, we don't want to get rid of anybody on our third pairing, really. I mean, Magnuson's going to be locked into our top 4, so we're going to have to make this move eventually. That's the problem. That is the problem. So I guess the question is, can I get a deal done now, or do I try to... I mean, do I get rid of Liljegren or someone like that to try and keep OEL happy for a season and then trade him at the draft? I have no idea. What a mess. What a mess. I've never been so disappointed to have a player turn into an 87 overall. Now, if there isn't a Swede here, I don't really care. I'm just going to get the deal done. It's not like anybody that I pick up here is actually going to be used anyway. So, yeah, whatever. I'll just go way the hell down here. What's the cap hit for Zach Parise? He still has 3 years left. Jesus Christmas. Oh, my God. All right, well, here, we'll get Radulov because he's the lowest overall guy. Can we get this to go through? St. Louis, it's looking like it'll be a top 5 pick at the very least, which could be helpful. Let's tack on the 2 third-round picks. Will that go through? No, it won't. Jeez, man. Oh, my God. All right. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Here was my backup plan. I wanted to trade OEL last because there's an option. That option is to play him at forward for the rest of the season. Which, my God, is that a risk? And it does mean that Carl Grundstrom, from the looks of it, is going to be sent down. It's him or Elias Peterson. I'm going to go with... That's actually a really tough choice. Actually, a really tough choice. I don't think either's really going to pan out to be a whole hell of a lot. I'm gonna send down Grundstrom. Or I'll outright trade Carl Grundstrom. But regardless, we'll play OEL at forward for the rest of the season because we have to make this work. And then we'll trade him at the draft. And whether or not it's any easier to trade him at the draft, I have no idea. But again, there's a reason why I wanted to trade him last. I could have used John Klingberg at forward too, but I also had a feeling that Klingberg would be a little bit easier to get rid of. So yeah, I'm going to have to trade Carl Grundstrom, which is fine. So, little bit of an unorthodox method here, but I'm doing what I have to do. I'm not going to, willingly give up OEL without getting a proper return. So, we'll keep him. We'll keep him. And actually, I do wonder, should I have kept John Klingberg, right? Should I have kept John Klingberg? So let's see. 93 offensive awareness, 94, and a decent shot. Okay, so 93 offensive awareness, decent passing and puck control, and a meh shot. Ekman Larson, slightly worse offensive awareness, slightly worse passing, but a better shot. So yeah, I mean, you could say it's about equal, really. I mean, whether or not I should have kept the lefty or the righty will remain to be seen, depending on what I'm going to be doing here with the lineup. So, we will figure this out, and I need to go back to trade players because we need to get rid of Carl Grundstrom. It was a good run, but your time here is done. And actually, who has less value between he and Peterson? That will solve the issue much more quickly. Is it Grundstrom or Peterson? They're about equal. Grundstrom's older, we'll get rid of him. And let's go talk to Boston, because you're doing terribly, and I'd like to get one of your picks. How's that sound? How does that sound? Oh, we could get our own second-round pick back. All right, fuck it. Let's go talk to Toronto. God, this episode hasn't worked out at all like I planned. Not at all. They would have too many players. With the Bruins? Maybe. With Chicago? No, they wouldn't. All right, so Chicago. Please, for the love of God, can something go right for me this episode? Second and a third for Grundstrom? Is that too much? Yes, it is. Is a second too much for Grundstrom? Yes, it is, but not by much, so we will tack on the Calgary fifth. Will that go through? Yes, it will. Carl Grundstrom sent to Chicago. We will be playing Oliver Ekman-Larsson as a forward for the rest of the season. That is so stupid. It really is. That is so stupid. But I can't wait to see how it goes. Now, it does put Bronstrom there, which kind of sucks. So I am going to have to edit the lines myself, which really blows. But let's get this over and done with. So if we put Ekman-Larsson there. So let's see. He was a lefty. Do I really have to worry about the lefty-righty dynamic? I mean, not really. I could have used an extra righty, but that's the problem. Like, we're going to have to play him on the second line. So, yeah, maybe having, let me double check here. But no, we need Jens Luke up there as well. Jesus, this is a mess. This is a mess. Okay, so instead, we have Ekman-Larsson with Lindholm and Luke, or do I put him on the top line? No, I'll keep him there. And then we have Davidson. We need Dahlin, and then, yeah, fuck, Eriksson Ek. He's the one that is really going to suffer because of this. But we are doing what we have to do to try and keep this team competitive. So, power play-wise, Davidson needs time. And then we need to make sure that Backlund and Eriksson Ek have PK time. That is the key. So, let's swap these people around. My God, this team. I still say, I mean, this gives us the best chance to win the cup, you would argue, or to at least be competitive, and of course that new top pairing. Okay, so we go to power play. Davidson has power play time. Good, thank God. And also Magnuson's in as a two-way, which isn't quite what I want. I'd rather have Liljegren. Rather have Liljegren there. Man, we still have simming to do in this episode. God damn. PK. PK. Not Davidson. I'm going to take Elias Anderson out of there. And we need to give that time to Eriksson Ek and hope that he is okay with his current situation. I think for the moment we're good, although we will take Anderson out of there and give Eriksson Ek the 5-on-3 PK time, or the 4-on-3 PK time. The 3-man penalty kill time. That would have been much easier to say. We're good. I didn't expect that this is how the team would end up looking with Oliver Ekman-Larsson as our second line left wing. Damn. What the hell? Let's see what happens, man. Let's get to it. I do need to sub in someone from Magnuson. I'm not sure who I really want that to be. It doesn't really matter. Oh, that's a hell of a weird glitch. Alright. Well, Onderberg is the righty. But I'm going to put in Calle Rosen in his place. Let's see, who do we need to bump up? I need to bump up... we'll bump up Helmerson. And let's bring up Dackel. Alright, so there we go. Calle Rosen with Dackel, who's a 62. We're good. Damn it, we are good to go. Carl Grundstrom. John Klingberg. Oh my God, I'm just trying to process what happened. Grundstrom, Klingberg, and Lindholm gone in favor of keeping away. It's just, what I can't. I can't. How do you explain that craziness? I mean, I guess you could say what the trades were and what the trades weren't. But what the hell just happened? What the hell? And what will Oliver Ekman-Larsson do on that second line left wing spot? Did I make the right choice? Should I have kept Klingberg instead? Which could have worked as well, to be honest. Although, that means Jens Luke probably would have been dropped instead of Davidson. So would I rather have had Jens Luke on the second line or Davidson? That's the question, really. Which I don't really think it would have made too much of a difference. We got an offer for Kevin Fiala. Man, they are just sending offers like it's going out of style all of a sudden. We have a nice point streak going, though. Undefeated, or no, not undefeated, but we have a point streak through 5 games. Make that 6, and Carolina ends the 6-game point streak, but that is okay. Klingberg, you get your revenge. And now we've dropped 2 straight. I had a bit too much optimism. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, these moves are working out pretty well, aren't they? And then 2 straight losses, probably 3 once we lose to Anaheim. No, we beat Anaheim. Good. Good. How will this team be able to rebound is the question. How are we going to deal with losing some of our favorite players in the locker room, our best friends, because it's a business and yeah, friendships, yay. No. We're here to win cups, damn it. Fuck your friendships. Fucking pony up. Get your shit together. We got trophies to win. Or at least a trophy. I can't end this series until I win a goddamn cup. I can't. I have to win a cup with the Swedes. Like, that is a requirement. And I hope it's this season. In which case, if it is, I might end this series a little bit prematurely. But regardless. Anyway, focusing on the team. Still in second place in the division. 3 points back at Calgary with 20 games to go. How has Ekman-Larsson done? I do wonder on that second line. 10 goals, 21 assists. Not too bad. He's complaining about ice time, though. Which is funny, because he has power play time and everything. He has complained about ice time. Philip Forsberg's having a good year. You know what? I'm going to do something drastic. Davidson, are you complaining about ice time? No, you're not. If anything, you're happy with your ice time, which is great. Backlund, are you complaining? No, you're not. Neither is Eriksson Ek. Lovely. We're going to try Ekman-Larsson on the top fucking pairing. Oh my god. Carlson and oh my god, Jesus. Magnuson's a +6. This team is ridiculous. Like, make no mistake. This team is ridiculous. 20 games to go, though. Can we catch the Calgary Flames? Can we find that consistency to catch the Calgary Flames? We play them, what, twice? I think, yeah, because of the way the calendar works, it's twice towards the end of the season, and we'll find out. We need every point we can get. Pity points. No regulation losses. Losing overtime. Losing the shootout. I don't care. You're not listening to me. You just lost to Dallas. Come on. Get your shit together. Let's go. Ekman-Larsson is still complaining about ice time, and then Elias Peterson hurts his ribs for a week. Why is he still complaining about ice time? I mean, technically, you are on the power play line. Holy shit, all of a sudden. My god, when did that happen? What is up with the progression in the game all of a sudden? But, yeah, why would he be complaining? Top line, top line defense, or top pairing defense, top line in the NHL. Why would he be complaining? I don't think that's very fair. I think you're being selfish. I couldn't trade you. It's not my fault. Quit being selfish. Man up. It's for the betterment of the team, man. It's a team sports. Don't be selfish. Anyway, who are we going to put in here? Let's put in Lindblom. That's fine. And let's move forward. The pressure is on. Playoffs look... You know what? I'm not even going to say it. Playoffs look likely. That's not a guarantee. So I'm not going to feel comfortable here until I'm 100% certain that we are making the playoffs. Now, is he going to be healthy early? No, he is not, so we'll sim the game against the Colorado Avalanche, and that is a nice 2-0 shutout victory. 37 wins now on the year, and Peterson is 100%. So let's go back and edit this. 2 points back of Calgary. Not too shabby. 6 points ahead of the San Jose Sharks. Hopefully it stays that way. Olvestad, though, what a beast. He has 3 goals, but unfortunately for him, one Elias Peterson is back, and I don't believe I could send down Peterson anyway. So yeah, Olvestad, go tear up the AHL some more. You've been doing well. Go do it some more. Let's get the Ontario Reign line upset, which I haven't looked at their record. I've just been like tunnel vision on the main team here. So I'm gonna have to take a look to see what we are dealing with. Yeah, I don't even care if people are complaining about ice time or anything at this stage. Who cares? It's March 14th. There's less than a month to go in the season. It is crunch time. Let's do this. Make the playoffs, damn it. Not just make the playoffs. Win that fucking division title. Please. Beat Calgary. I fucking hate Calgary. They've been a thorn in my side this entire series. Let's finally get the better of them. Although I think we have in the past, like I mentioned last episode. But yeah, let's get the better of them. The Ontario Reign, by the way, have a very good record, and we have a nice 5-game point streak that's going to end at the hands of Colorado because I mentioned it in a positive light. Never mind, it's going to end against Dallas. I was 1 game off, right? Yeah, there you go, 5-3 loss. Okay. All right, but that's all right, though. I mean, are you kidding me? I'll take 6 wins in a row before a loss. That's not too bad. We're going to lose to Colorado this time, right? Right? Yeah, there we go. 4-0 loss. 4-0 loss. That's fine. Can we beat the Minnesota Wild, though, please? Oscar Donsk, herniated disc, is out until the end of April, which means we better hope Marcus Hogberg is the guy, because our backup option is Nylander. Although it's not going to be Nylander, it's going to be Erzberg, I think. Oh my god, so do I really screw over Ontario right now? I have to. I'm sorry to the Ontario Reign, but we need to win a Stanley Cup, not a Calder Cup. So let's call him up. Ekman Larson on the top line. Damn. That is strange. Marcus Hogberg, you are the man around here. We gave you a few extra seasons worth of seasoning. It is your time to prove that crease should have belonged to you in the first place and that your terrible start a few seasons ago was a bit of a fluke. Let's go. Lead us to victory. Lead us to the playoffs. Will Nylander end up getting a start too, thanks to the auto-rotate goalies? I have no idea. We will find out. We just lost 3-0 to the Devils. We're playing Calgary, and thank God we beat the Flames. That is helpful. Around 43 wins this season. Not going to be 44. But, man, San Jose twice, Calgary, and then Arizona again. Let me check the standings at the moment. 2 points back. Oh, no. We got a 4-point lead on the Sharks, so we have to win this game just to make sure that if we finish second, we got to make sure we finish second here. I want to win that div title. There's a very good chance we can end up being on the road in San Jose in the first round. We need to beat the Sharks. We need to beat the Sharks, please. Yes! Okay, huge win. Huge win. Now we have to do it again. The home-and-home series. I need to check the standings. Are we above Calgary? Are we tied with Calgary? We are tied with Calgary. All right. All right, let's go. Come on, we can do this. I'm pretty sure they have a game in hand, though, or the tiebreaker on us, because they're still in first. Against San Jose again. At least lose in overtime if you're going to lose. Please. Fucking, that probably just sealed it. That probably just sealed it. I'm pretty sure Calgary just locked up the division title, which sucks. They didn't. Let me check what the tiebreaker is. We have 2 games left, including a game against Calgary, and then we play Arizona. So we need to win. We are tied in points. Calgary have a game at hand, as do the Sharks. So we need to win at least one of these last 2 games. We cannot afford 2 losses. And if we want to win the division title, this might as well be a playoff game. It might as well be a playoff game. Please, can we win it? I'm not going to go with the in-depth sim. Just please win this game. Please. There goes the division title. Great. Well, we are in the playoffs. That's pretty much a guarantee, but we're going to be playing the Sharks in the first round. The question is, who gets home ice advantage in that series? Now, technically, I can tie Calgary on points. They haven't locked up the div title yet, but it's a guarantee. Let's be honest here. They still have a game in hand. Well, actually, if we win this last game and Calgary loses, there's still a chance. I'm pretty sure we have the tiebreaker. I think we have the tiebreaker. Let's just fucking beat Arizona, please. It's the Coyotes. Even in a fantasy draft series, it's the Coyotes. Come on now. They have a losing record, too. We need to win. Please. Please, for the division title. Please. Please. Thank God we beat them. Did we win the div title? Oh my God, did we win the div title? Please? I can't stop saying please. And we were 2 points short. 2 points short. The Calgary Flames didn't lose their last game of the season. We will be playing the San Jose Sharks in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. But we are in the postseason. That was step one. I wanted that title. Actually, Calgary finished with 101 points. So, Stockholm Kings and the San Jose Sharks in the first round. We'll, of course, take a look at their team at the start of the next episode as we are back in the playoffs. But let's take a look at some stats before we wrap up this episode. I'm intrigued to know, though. Let me know what you think. Holding on to OEL, as far as if I had to play a forward, or if I had to play a defenseman at forward, did I make the right choice, or should it have been John Klingberg? Let me know what you think. But there you see it. 13 overtime losses helped out the Flames quite a bit. We finished with the 9th best record in the league. The Rangers won the President's Trophy with 54 points. Let's take a look. Speaking of points, let's take a look at our points this year. Erik Karlsson did most of his damage away from our team, but he finished with 66 points in 82 games. The Nylanders with 55 and 54 points. OEL with 48. Not too bad. Disappointing performance from Philip Forsberg, only 46 points, 43 for Lindholm, 43 for Dahlin, 39 for Dahlin, I should say. Dahlin and Dahlin. Victor Hedman with 38 points, Davidson with 38. And, Luke, 26 points on the second line. I might not worry about player role and who cares about ice time. I might just have to put forward the team that I think gives us the best chance to win. By the way, Magnuson finished as a negative player, -3. This season. We know that Marcus Högberg is the guy. He finished with a .920 save percentage in 53 games. Donsk with 30 games had a .921 before injury. Per Nylander played one game. He lost, but he had a .920 save percentage. So that is pretty damn promising. We'll look league-wide in a minute. I do want to look at the AHL. Nylander's AHL numbers, a .927 save percentage. So not too bad. The Reign, too, should be cruising their way to the playoffs. We'll set up their lineup to make sure that they are good to go. Let's take a look at the league-wide scoring as we wrap this video up. Phil Kessel, at 35 years old, led the league in points. Not too shabby. 96 points. Tarasenko, the only other person to break 90. The goal-scoring winner was Tarasenko with 49. Mark Jankowski hit 47. Brock Besser. Malte Stromwall. Oh boy, that's unfortunate for me, isn't it? The assist leader, 70 assists, Jonathan Huberdeau. Oh my god, that's insane. And then Robin Kovacs with 60. Maybe I should have had Stromwall and Kovacs on this team. Then again, I might end up getting them in the future, because if you look at who's underperformed on this team, whether it be a Elias Lindholm, for example, a Jens Loki. Might be better to replace them with Stromwall and Robin Kovacs here. You never quite know. Plus-minus leader, though, also went to Phil Kessel. Urho Vakanainen with a plus 33. Who is the worst in the league? I do wonder. Vitaly Abramov. You poor bastard. You poor bastard. Guys, that will do it for this episode of A Nation United, as the team changed. Not as much as I thought it would, but certainly in a different way than I thought it would, as again, we ended up with Oliver Ekman-Larsson on our top forward line. In the next episode, we take on the Sharks, and again, I don't think I'm going to put all that much stock into, like what player roles are and who wants what ice time. I think I have to go with the team that gives us the best chance to win. And if you're talking to me, or if you're talking just in general about what team do I think gives me the best chance to win, I'm going to tell you that these would be the lines that I would go with. Let me know what you think about those line combinations. Is that the best lineup? Can that team beat the San Jose Sharks? And of course, defensively, we're set. I mean, even if some guys aren't gelling too well together, we are pretty much set. So guys, again, that'll do it. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, of course, make sure to hit that like button to help support me and the channel. Hell. Hell. And I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I'm not. You know what? No, I was going to say, and hell, if you really like me, go donate on Twitch. No, I'm kidding. Never feel the need to do that. But to those that have so far on Twitch, I love you. You know, it's like I love all. You know, it's like I love all my fans equally. But the ones that donated, you're like the favorite kid. Don't let your parents fool you. If you're not an only child, hell, even if you are an only child, you might not be the favorite son or daughter. What am I talking about? If you guys enjoyed this video, of course, make sure to hit that like button to make sure that you never miss a video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Join the notification squad. Follow me on Twitter at Tuki24. Again, I am live streaming on Twitch nearly every night at this point. You know, anytime, typically after like 7 or 8 Eastern. More often than not, more towards 9 or 10. But yeah, if you want updates for when I am live on Twitch, make sure to follow me. Twitch.tv/Tugi24. You can also follow me on Twitter again at Tugi24. Or just, you know, if you're on YouTube, you'll get a little notification if you're already watching one of my videos. Or I put up a video saying, hey, I am live streaming. Anyway, that does it. I'll see you guys in the next episode of A Nation United, where we take on the San Jose Sharks in the first round.